So I think the first thing you need to do when you're just about to set up a sales meeting is to prepare for it, okay? Just like anything in life, okay? So 4 things, 4 outcomes of a sales call that I'm going to share with you right now. The first is that you get the order, okay? So this is the one potential outcome, is that you meet a prospect and you sign and seal the deal in one meeting. Now, many of you are shaking their heads and they're thinking, no, that's not possible. It is possible. I've done it before, but it's very rare. I think we can agree on that. It's very rare, especially in B2B. And especially with many of you that are selling, I spoke to a few of you in the back, who're selling $100,000 deals and above. That's very rare, okay? But it's important to know that that's a possibility, because it is. The second is, no thank you. I am not a buyer. I will not buy from you because I don't need what you sell. Or reversed, in your perspective, the seller's perspective, this is not somebody that I can sell to. I cannot help him, okay? That's the second outcome. Now, the only point I want to make here, and this is why I always start with a little bit of marketing first before I go into the sales talk, is that if you are meeting, and some of you in the back were telling me you were a bit frustrated with your sales processes and your sales results. If you are meeting a lot of prospects, and a lot of the time it results in a no sale, then I think there's a targeting issue. I think it's a marketing issue.
Yeah, you shouldn't be meeting with a non-buyer.
Well, you shouldn't. If it's not a buyer, then. But sometimes you need to meet them to qualify them. And sometimes you need to spend a little bit of time finding out if you can help them or not.
Sometimes also like budgeting is an issue. So like let's say you meet with potential, he tells you my budget ran out for this. So you met with the right person, he just doesn't have the money right now.
I'll answer that question later in this presentation. Yeah. But if he is somebody that you can sell, that if you cannot sell to him, if you're meeting too many people that are just wasting your time, then you need to go back to your marketing and target a lot better. And think about some of the stuff that I've talked about at the start. The third is a continuation. Now, this is when they're not going to buy right now, but they could buy in, let's say, 3 months' time. We're not ready, we're going through a restructure, or they say something like, we're going through an IPO, come back to us next year, I'm really interested, but not right now. Whatever the reason is, this is called a continuation. Now, I wouldn't set the objective of going out and trying to get a continuation, but it's important to know that that's a possibility. Now, if you get that kind of possibility, you will see Satu has actually kindly got some of you to sign up for my newsletter. I sign up a lot of my prospects that tell me they're not ready to buy from me on my newsletter. And every month I send them valuable marketing information. And once in a while, not all the time, but once in a while somebody writes back to me. And they say, hey Ahmed, I'm ready now. And that's a real good way to keep in touch with your prospects. Automated way to keep in touch with your prospects. And you're not selling to them. You're not trying to sell to them. You're not saying, hey, come and buy from me. You are saying, hey, here's some valuable information about what we're expert in that can help you. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. The last thing, and I'm going to move on from this, is an advancement. Mr. Ahmed, we like what you're talking about, but it's not me that makes the decision. It's the CEO. Okay, great, Mr. Potential client. Can I meet the CEO? How about Tuesday at 7 o'clock? Something like that. Yeah? That's an advancement. Or, great, we just talked and I understand your issues, but I think I need to give you a presentation of how the system works if you're in oil and gas. Or how our services work. I'd like to give you a demonstration of how our system works, and you have to come to our office to do that. Can we arrange 4 o'clock on Monday? Something like that. That's an advancement. You know that they're interested, but they need a little bit more information. They need information, or they need to involve someone else in the organization to make the decision. Yeah, because it's not them to decide. Does that make sense? Yeah? Does anyone have any questions on this? Because I'm going to move on. But what you should do, the point here is what you should do before you meet prospects is think about, just even for 20 minutes or just 10 minutes, think about what you want to achieve in the meeting, and these are the 4 outcomes, okay?